Hello, all. This is Dr. Dheeraj Masapu. I'm a consultant anesthesiologist specialized in neuroanesthesiology, and today we are going to do a very important topic. And we have Avijit, who is MBBS student. And the reason he is there in our present interview is he has done a very good research in the topic we are going to discuss today. That is how to earn around 1 lakh rupees after MBBS without much experience. So the reason I chose to do this topic is after doing MBBS, some of the people will have some family commitments, some debts will be there in homes. So some need to support their parents and some health issues will be there in the family. So when those kind of situations are there, so you need to earn good amount of money. And so, but they don't know from where to work. So we are actually trying to solve that problem, and we did the research for you guys, and we are going to tell you how to actually make around 1 lakh rupees, which is not very easy, because wherever you join after MBBS, maximum 40 to 60,000 is that you can make, and earning around 1 lakh is not very easy. So these are the ways we're going to tell you in this particular video. So welcome to the video, Avijit.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. It's my pleasure to join your video and share my research to all your viewers.
Thank you. So then, please, I will not interrupt you. You just tell what is there in your research about earning a decent amount, that is around 1 lakh after MBBS. What are the different ways you think?
So I'm classifying my methods or my strategies into three parts: either joining government services, or joining private services, or by doing your own practice, which is the toughest after MBBS. So starting with the government services, we have two types of government, like in central government jobs and state government jobs. But we have some intermediate of both of these are like these are the PSU jobs. So for getting into central government jobs post MBBS, you have to qualify the UPSC Combined Medical Services Examination, which is a sort of tough examination. It is not as tough as the civil services examination, but still it is a bit tough to clear. So you still need some time to crack that particular exam. But getting into PSU jobs and in state services job, it is not that tough. In PSU jobs, most of the PSUs like ONGCs and NTPC and Core India, these jobs have like walk-in interviews, and almost all the states except like Rajasthan or in West Bengal, most of the states have walk-in interviews for medical officer posts. And in state government services, in especially in the northern India, most of the vacancies are like they are vacant. So no one are approaching for those posts, because of the thing is that in initial 8 to 10 years you have to be posted in rural areas. So I'm a resident of UP and I am currently in Madhya Pradesh, so I know very well about these states. See, if you want to practice in state government in Delhi, then you have to qualify that UPSC Combined Medical Services Examination. But to practice in Uttar Pradesh and in Madhya Pradesh, you just have to appear in the walk-in interview. And every year, even 2 times, in COVID times, I remember even 3 times vacancies were released for medical officers, and they were in bulk vacancies by the public service commissions. So in Uttar Pradesh, the initial salary is about 1 lakh rupees per month. And in Madhya Pradesh, the initial salary is about 75,000 per month. But why this difference is there? Because in Madhya Pradesh, we have 6 pay commission. But practicing after MBBS is allowed in Madhya Pradesh, but it is not allowed in Uttar Pradesh. Like you cannot do both the works. You cannot practice. You cannot do your private practice and do your government job itself. So there are some risks and some factors involved with the state government jobs. Is that the first one is the political interference, because initially in 8 to 10 years you are posted in a rural area right after MBBS. So you have to manage your own jurisdiction on your own. You will be having sub centers under you. You will be having sanitary inspectors, health inspectors under you, and Anganwadis under you. So there is a hell lot of responsibilities at that particular place, but still it is rewarding, because you will get a lot of respect and all from your colleagues and from your juniors and all, and especially from the people from rural background also. And the next one is that if you are in a state like in Madhya Pradesh or in Maharashtra or in some other states like Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, in these states practicing is allowed after MBBS. So your working hours are mostly from 7 to 2 or 3 in the evening. So that is why post your working hours, you can reach up to your respective location and can practice there. But in this part, I think I will discuss it more in the private practice part. So this is all about the state governments. In PSU jobs comes with a lot of perks also. Like the MBBS doctors who are working in PSUs, they are placed in E2, E3 levels of the respective PSUs, and with a good salary, around 95,000 rupees salary, initial salary. You have some other perks, like you will be getting the government houses, type 3, type 4 government houses, and the lush campuses, and all that, retirement benefits, medical benefits, insurance, and all. In central government services, if you want to join railways or central health services, like we have Indian administrative service, Indian police service, we have a central health service. It is not Indian medical service, it is central health service, in which you will be posted in national programs like CGHS and tuberculosis program, or in narcos. So in this way you can practice as a clinician, but there is some amount of administrative work also involved, but you cannot do any kind of private practice. But the salary in central government service is relatively higher. It is around 1.2 lakhs starting salary, and after some years you will be like, after 20 years in spending in central government, you will be promoted to the senior administrative grade, and this senior administrative grade is equivalent to a joint secretary posted in the ministry. And the salary there is also good, like it is more than 2.5 lakh at the level of joint secretary, or at the level equivalent to the joint secretary, but you will be having a lot of administrative duties and all. And by getting into central health services, you can like most of the people retire at the higher administrative grade level, which is equivalent to additional secretary. So with good earnings and with some administrative experience, you will be having a very aspiring, if you are aspiring, if you are an aspiring candidate, then central health service is very good choice for most of you. And in railway health services has also a good ladder, almost equivalent ladder, but you are restricted to the railways only. And we all know that railways is the field for engineers and traffic managers and all. So you will not be leading that railways team, but in central health services you will be leading that particular team, and you will be a bureaucrat later on in your career. And if comparing all these jobs, I think the best jobs are central government jobs, then the PSU jobs, and then the state government jobs. But in state government jobs, like there are some political interference and all. But in state government and like in PSUs or in central government, there is not much of a political interference. Now, discussing the private jobs. So, like post MBBS, no private hospital pays more than 60-70,000 even in North India. And even I think even if you go to a tier 3 city, even there also, like getting 1 lakh is a very big achievement post MBBS. So what you can do, like not only plain MBBS, you can have some small fellowships and small certificate courses. Like recently I came to know PGDCC course. It is postgraduate diploma in clinical cardiology. It is not recognized by NMC, but this course can provide you like more than 1.5 lakh rupees right after completion of this course. It is 2 years course post MBBS, and in some places the eligibility which I have seen was that that particular post was given clinical cardiology, and the qualifications were given PGDCC slash MD medicine. So they are paying equivalent to MD medicine post PGDCC. So what you will be doing, you will be assisting the cardiologist, you will be a casualty medical officer in the CTVS departments or in cardiology department, and you will be doing basic ecos and ECGs and all the non-invasive procedures. There are some courses like critical care courses after MBBS, and critical care courses, but I think these critical care courses will not pay you that much money. You will be getting like 75-80,000, but the duty doctors are mostly like Ayush medicine or BAMS. So you will like suffer initially to get a job. And the growth there is also not very much. Like even if you start at 70-80,000 or 85-90,000, you will like terminate around 1.5 lakh or 2 lakh. In PGDCC, it is a different case. It is a 2 years diploma post MBBS. But in other these type of diplomas and fellowships are 1 year. And the third thing is private practice. See, establishing your own private practice post MBBS is the toughest thing in medical practice, I think, because an MBBS doctor will be having a very less amount of like clinical exposure during the MBBS. And nowadays the people are also aware that only MBBS doctor is not very much capable of doing all that. So at least you have to manage to get some fellowship or diplomas or certificate post MBBS 1 or 2 years. Like very famous diploma is there, like it is diploma in diabetology from CMC Vellore. There are some diplomas in family medicine from CMC Vellore. I know some people personally who are practicing post MBBS by doing these online diplomas. So what people do to gain some clinical experience, they are doing house officership or JRship in general medicine department, 6 months in general medicine, 6 months in pediatrics, and simultaneously they were pursuing family medicine or diabetology courses, and they are practicing in a restricted area. What I mean by the restricted areas, that you are practicing either in flats or you are practicing in a gated colony, because tier 2 and tier 3 cities, these are CEO doctors. So if you start practicing in the middle of the city, no one is going to ask you. You will be competing with your fellow MBBS, MD medicine, even DMs also. So that is why it is not a very good idea to establish in the middle of the city. You can establish in flats or in gated colonies and all. So by combining the first point and the second point, if you have joined your state government services and your state government allows you to do some private practice, so you can do that, and you can also take up some these fellowships or diplomas like in diabetology, family medicine, and all, and you can practice in your clinic in the evening. So that government job is a constant source of money for you, and that your own identity as a physician is maintained by your private practice. One more thing I came to know recently, that like I have seen while passing on somewhere, I have seen a board, MBBS fellowship in gynecology, and I've done some research that it was a fellowship, online fellowship in gynecology. So what that particular doctor has done, that she has completed her MBBS, she has done 1 year of JRship in Ops and Gyne department, simultaneously taken fellowship in gynecology. So she was practicing only gynecology, not she was not practicing obstetrics, and she was only practicing gynecology, having the term women specialist. So even all this is also going on. See, this is like not that much ethical practice, but this is also going on. So these were my points.
My so many ways are there then to earn around 1 lakh rupees. Actually, it's mind blowing. A very good research that you have done, and out of which, what I really liked is the central government thing which you told, because there is a growth in that career. That is what I liked. So you can actually settle in that career. You don't have to do PG also. You can actually go in administrative side, and you can keep continuing, and you'll be one among the administrators and policy makers, and you'll have good respect in the society also. That is what I liked out of all you told. And second thing is, building your own practice also is a good thing. But in rural places, it will be more easier to do that. I mean, a tier 2 city or a rural place or a town, when the competition would be lesser. In cities, I think the competition is like very competitive. So these two are very good. And other than that, the first one which you told, in state government, the political pressure, that is a big problem actually now. And you have to deal with all the violent mobs and all that. That is going to be a challenge with MBBS. So, but we're super actually. A lot of ways are there. And I would like to add one more. Kerala actually gives good pay among the South Indian places. So most of the people from Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, they go to Kerala and they join a nursing home. Usually what they do is they hire a duty doctor, and then they will be working 24 hours. They'll give a room there in the hospital, and you sit in that room, and it won't be so busy. Whoever comes to the hospital, you just admit and then treat them, and they give you a room. So usually PG preparation students, they go like that. They sit in a room, they'll keep studying. If patient comes, they'll just talk to the patient, and then they will be again taking care of them. So at the end of 1-2 years, slowly they'll get a PG seat later, and they'll go for the post graduation, and they would have made a good amount of money, maybe 25-30 lakhs they would have made in the 2 years. And since you get a room and everything, it will be accommodation also is taken care of. So this is another way which I can add to the points that you told. So you think, so if given a choice for you, which one you will choose after finishing MBBS?
So I will firstly try to join the PSU jobs through walk-in interviews. And in PSU jobs, these are like very relaxed 9 to 5 jobs. You just have to work as GDMOs, general duty medical officers. Not much of stress is there. And while pursuing my job in PSUs, I will simultaneously prepare for UPSC combined medical services. And ultimately, after that I will like to join central health services. So in central health services, like career growth is very good. And if you pursue MPH, distant MPH post MBBS, while working as GDMO in central health service, you will even at the junior level, you will be posted in the department, like in NCDs and NACO and AIDS control program and these societies and all. So you will be responsible for taking meetings and taking rounds of even the DMs and commissioner and IS of different states. So if you are working in central service, you are not on like in one infectious disease organization is there. Central Health Service people generally go there. So there are some people who are MBBS, MPH, and there are some MD community medicines. So there are 5, 6 people working in that organization, and each and at the level of deputy director level, it is not a very senior post in that particular organization. Like after joining, after 8 to 10 years, you are deputy director, and you will be having like 3 or 4 states under you, and you are on responsible for implementing that particular national program in those states. You have to take all the meetings and all. So that is a powerful post. And like if someone is lucky enough and joined earlier, joined their UPSC CMS earlier, and is also having good terms with the government, and having a good name, so that even they can retire at the level of special DGHS, special director general of health service. So by joining central health service, you will be in the representative body of the healthcare, or some senior GDMOs. And there is one post like CMO HAG combine. This is like chief medical officer, higher administrative grade, and these type of doctors are also represented as honorary physicians to the prime minister and the president and all. So in central health service there is a very good scope. And along with the central government services, one more thing I want to add is that there are CAPF, like Central Armed Police Forces. Like apart from Army, we have CRPF and BSF and all. So in CAPF, there is a walk-in interview for medical officers, and there your post will be Assistant Commandant Medical. So that is equivalent to someone who has qualified the UPSC Assistant Commandant examination and have joined BSF or CRPF or CISF as Assistant Commandant. But your promotions will be way more faster than them. Like at the level of commandant, commandant it is a respectable post in CAPF, and it takes like 15 to 20 years to reach to commandant for a person who is from like general duty commandant. But for a medical officer, it takes only 12 to 13 years to reach at that level. So it is a big tool in the central government that there are no vacancy based promotions till a very high level. So you will be promoted at your post only. Your promotions are not linked to vacancies. So this is the big advantage in central government. And in central government, you have a choice. If you don't want more of administrative work, you can continue as MBBS, and you will be sitting in CGHS OPDs, Central Government Health Services OPDs, and you will be dealing with families of central government employees, senior central government employees, IS, IPS, and these civil services and all. So there is no point of violence and all at this particular field, and your postings will be mostly in the state capitals. So that no rural posting, no fear of any political pressure and all. And plus one more thing is that, like you will be, if you are interested in getting some clinical knowledge, so by doing that general practice, you can also take those online diplomas and all. And one thing which I have noticed in NCR, Delhi NCR, in Noida especially, there are the doctors in the flats in which they are residing. The one room they have converted into their own clinic, and they have some set of medicines also there. So in the evening, doesn't matter what job they are doing, either they are practicing government services, or they are duty doctors or casualty medical officers. In the evening, they are sitting in their home, and they are getting like 5 to 10 patients every day. So there is some small amount of money, or like cut like money above all that too.
Got it. Superb. So I would like to add one more thing. Actually, there is something called as a clinical research. The drug trials and phase 4 trials would be going on. So those kind of companies also hire MBBS doctors. There also the salaries are pretty high. To start with, around 70,000 to 1 lakh is what you'll be given there. But over a period of time, you can grow there also. You'll go more into the evidence collection, levels of evidence, and drug trials, and those kind of jobs also are there actually, if somebody is interested. And that's it, I think. So these are the different ways, no? So to earn. But there's so many ways actually, and even the big corporates like Reliance and all the major corporates also keep one doctor actually in their corporate to just for taking care of basic small things like what you already mentioned, ONGC and all these things. So even that is a good option actually. So then you want to conclude saying anything like, final words of the thing, like what are the different ways?
Sir, firstly, I want one continuation in your like clinical research part. For doing PhD, like the minimal qualification are the masters. But there are so many institutes like in ICMR and SGPGI, there are direct PhDs available for MBBS. So MBBS can directly qualify their entrance examination and can pursue a PhD there. So by pursuing post MBBS PhDs in like there are PhDs in clinical neurology and in clinical neurophysiology and in endocrinology and all. So that is also a very good career. You can get placed in CSIR and all, and you will be there are various levels there like scientist, senior scientist, principal scientist, and all. So the pay there is very good. It is even higher than the central health services. Promotions are even faster than the central health service. But it is a field which really require a lot of potential post MBBS, and you have to wait for the opportunities to grab because the vacancies are very limited. So one thing which I came to know with everyone, my professors, my seniors, JRs and SRs, residents, everyone, is that doing MBBS nowadays is only a gateway to open a gateway for PG, and to gain your own identity and to gain your own identity and to gain confidence among your peers. It is necessary to do a post graduation. So even if someone wanted to settle as MBBS doctors, it is good enough if there is any financial problems or any deaths or such cases are there. But almost all the state governments and even in the central health service and IRHS also, they offer their own sponsored PG quota seats. So after working after working as a general duty office medical officers for 8-10 years, after fulfilling all the financial gaps and managing and maintaining a stability in your family, you can like take that state quota or just sponsor quota, and then you can pursue your PG, and then you can pursue your dream branches. Like one thing I know that in MP most of the time most of the MD radiology seats are taken up by those doctors who are working in the state government. So they have some benefits and marks, and they are taking radiology seats and dermatology seats in Madhya Pradesh. Same in the case in Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh is offering 10 or 20 marks increment for each 1 year of service and in railways also, like railway has sponsored quota seats for DNB in their own hospitals. So there is no competition. There are 100 people sitting for 100 seats. This is the level of competition there also. So for an MBBS student, ultimate goal is always PG. Doesn't matter how much time you take for cracking that examination. Doesn't matter like how much years you build yourself to build a good family, a good stability. But I think the goal for any aspiring candidate is only post graduation. And even after post graduation nowadays, like people are going super specialty, and in many specialty like in medicine surgery, it is becoming almost.
One more way is there. The edtech platforms are there. No? The bigger edtech platforms, they hire MBBS students for making the question banks, for organize. They keep MBBS students as the managers, and different positions will be there. Actually, even they pay a good salary. So that is many people cannot enter that, but there are a decent amount of vacancies even in major edtech platforms in India. That is also another new thing which is coming up, because now the number of platforms are increasing which are training the postgraduates for NEET exams and all that. That is another frontier that MBBS students can explore maybe.
Yes, sir. Even when I was preparing for my PMT examination, most of my teachers in online platforms were MBBS doctors only. So MBBS doctors are teaching NEET students also, and fourth year students like interns are teaching for first prof, second prof. So this is also going on. Teaching is a very good option during MBBS to earn some good money during MBBS and post MBBS. Both of these fields are open.
So then, thank you, Avijit. Thank you very much. So a lot of different ways we told the audience now. So I think they should take a call on which way they want to pursue based on their interests. And this video is mainly because if you earn money in the initial part of your career, if you save that, it will compound over a period of time. So because earning after 40, 50 is a different thing, but earning in your 20s is a different thing. If you save the money initial period, that will compound. If you put it in a good investment vehicles like mutual funds or some real estate or something, it'll exponentially increase in future. That is why earning in the initial period also is very important actually. Nobody told us. We started earning very late in our life. So that is why I wanted to do this video, so that MBBS students can earn good money, invest something, and then go for your PG. Maybe the investment will keep increasing in your future, and then by the time you finish PG, that would have become some 5 to 10 times. So in that way also you have to start thinking about the finances. So thank you very much, Avijit, and I think we'll As usual, tell bye to our audience. As usual, Dr. Dheeraj Masapu logging off. Roger that.